All hail the beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Listen, man, I recently remixed a fragrance tag video that has been going around, which is my top 4 fragrances for life, one for every season. Now, I did the designer fragrance edition that go around, and this go around, we have the niche fragrance list. Now, if you are familiar with this channel, then some of these fragrances, probably all of these fragrances, will probably not come as a surprise to you as the fragrances I selected. Now, in order for this thing to be 100% authentic, I had to come from the top 10 fragrances for life, and then I had to narrow those fragrances down for one per season. So here we are today. Now that you got what we're doing, let's get down to business. Since we are currently in the springtime, I figured I would go ahead and start off with a spring-based fragrance. Now, this fragrance is, again, no stranger to the channel, as I talk about this thing a ton. This one is Mr. Steal Your Wife, aka the Porcelain God, and this one comes from Creed, and this one is Creed Silver Mountain Water. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and steal anyone's wife, or at least attempt to do that at all, because that's not the case. But this thing garners that much attention that you could possibly steal someone's girlfriend. Who knows, man? I'm not telling you to do that. That's a bad idea. But no, man, all jokes aside, man, this thing is this earthy scent. It has this metallic-y type of feel to it as well. It has black currant in here, and the thing is fresh, man. I really enjoy this fragrance. This one was my first fragrance from the house of Creed, and it will continue to remain in my collection forever and a day. Now, the cool thing about this fragrance, I guess it's really not cool, it doesn't matter at all, is this one came out in the 90s, all right? We're in 2020, and this thing is still alive and kicking. This thing does extremely well off of my skin. The performance is there, it projects, it lasts, and it's a unique smell in itself. So I really enjoy this one. I tell people about it all the time. I've recommended this one to people in my real world day-to-day who have gone out to purchase this thing and was like, yep, you was right. You was right, babe. All right, man, so Creed Silver Mountain Water. If you don't have any collection, try it out this spring, and I'm sure you're gonna like it. Now, the next fragrance on my list is from summer. Although it did not make my summer list, this one is a lifer for me. And the reason why I didn't make the summer list is because, well, I just figured I'm going to wear this one all year anyway. I did a video this year talking about how I'm going to stray away from some of the clones around this thing and really just get reacquainted with this fragrance and the fragrance that came out based upon this one from the original company. This one comes from Creed, and this one is Creed Aventus. Now, I talked about really enjoying Creed Aventus, and again, I gave this one a 10 out of 10. You are all really familiar with this fragrance. You got that pineapple, you got the bergamot, you got the apple, you got black currant, you have you got ambergris, you got everything in this scent here, and this one really performs. Now, I did the the first takes on the newer take from Creed on this one, which was Creed Aventus Cologne, and I decided to just kind of hold off on all Creed clones this year, not really purchasing them or recommending them to people. I just wasn't going to really wear them as much as for the past few years, maybe the past year and a half or so. I've kind of gotten out of wearing Aventus and more digging into the clones, but I don't really need to save it for anything. I don't have a special occasion. I can just wear what I want when I feel like it, all right? And this one is one that I decided to pick up because one of the things I said in that video is that I wanted to buy another bottle of Aventus and also get the Creed Aventus Cologne, because I did the samples on that one, and I was like, yeah, it's good. But at the price point, which was the original release price point, it was almost the same price, if not the same price as the original. I'm like, why not just grab the original for that? And as I begin to test it later on and on and on, still from that little sample that they sent me, I was like, yeah, you know what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and spring for it. So I have them both within my collection, and I kind of go back and forth and decide which one I'm going to wear. So I probably dig into this one a bit more, but also buy another bottle of this one. Nonetheless, it's going to be here for life. Now, the next fragrance could work in fall or winter, but this one I'm going to talk about for fall. This one is leather, it's suede, it's wood, it's amber, and this one is Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Now, Tuscan Leather has been made popular in the music world, as Drake really talked about this fragrance, talking about Tom Ford Tuscan Leather smelling like a brick. And I think that is what really put this fragrance on the radar to the masses. Now, in the fragrance community, everyone really enjoyed this fragrance when it was released. I think as I go back and look at old reviews or think back through old reviews prior to me even doing fragrance reviews, I saw a lot of positive feedback about this fragrance. I think Cody talked positively about this one. Also, Red Lessons talked good about this one, and the list goes on. And I think they talked good about this fragrance because it really deserves it, man. This one comes from the master of seduction, Tom Ford. And if you're looking for a leather-based fragrance that has hints of vanilla, again, you have that amber and tobacco within this fragrance. This one really stands on its own. I'm happy to have this one within my collection, and I feel like a lot of people who have this fragrance kind of feel the same way, the same type of sentiments about it. Now, there are other leather-based fragrances out there that smell similar to this one that you could pick up. However, I tend to like this one a bit more. So as I look across the leather fragrances out there, I really enjoy this one. Plus, this one holds a special place to my heart because the missus picked this up for me. She said, you know what? This is what you should smell like. Spray this on right now and go in that room. I was like, yes, ma'am. But no, man, all jokes aside, man, Tom Ford, Tuscan Leather is the way to go. And if you go into the store, don't get confused with Tuscan Leather and Tuscan Leather Intense, okay? Get Tuscan Leather. And then for the winter fragrance, a lot of you probably already know what this one is. Actually, some of you hit me up like, yo, if you don't put this fragrance on the list, then I'm subscribing right now. I was like, well, technically I can't because this one's the designer list. They're like, oh, okay. This one here is from Killian, and say it with me, this one is Black Phantom. I don't know why, it's like every time I can't say Black Phantom any other way. I can't really, it doesn't come out my mouth that way. If I'm walking to the store and I see a black t-shirt, I can say that, but if I want to say Black Phantom, I just can't do it. But no, man, this one is coffee. It's chocolate. This one is sensual. It's seductive. This one is milky. It's creamy, and I gave this thing a 10 out of 10. It definitely deserves a 10 out of 10 in my book. That's just me speaking out loud to the masses, okay? So that means I really, really think that way. So this is it. I don't think I need to speak on this one anymore. I've talked about this one for years. I think since 2017 I've talked about this fragrance. We're 3 years in. I don't think you need to know anything else about it aside for this one is a top 4 for life for me. So that's what I have for you, man. The 4 niche fragrances in my collection for life. Now, a lot of niche fragrances in my collection, but these hold special places in my heart for one reason or another, and I enjoy their scent, so therefore they will be around forever and a day. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. Yes, I'm gonna say it. Hit the goddamn bell.